friend who has a friend whose brother works in the CIA.
Ghost Recon Wildlands, the game where you and 3 buddies get to run around a massive open world taking on multiple factions of bad hombres while being tactical as
He's history.
I was one of the lucky few to get access to the closed beta over the weekend, and now I'm here to give you my impressions of it. Like free roaming around a huge open world using a variety of land, air, and sea vehicles? How about working as a team to complete missions and coordinate attacks on unsuspecting jamokes? Finally, throw in a dash of character and weapon customization, and baby, you might just have a recipe for one of the year's best games. Welcome to the Wildlands of Bolivia, the setting for Ubisoft's newest offering in the Ghost Recon series. Fans of the series know it for its tactical cooperative experience, and Wildlands definitely continues on that trend. But this time around, Ubisoft has added a new element to the gameplay in the form of a massive open world that you are free to explore as you see fit. There are lots of different types of vehicles at your disposal, including everything from tractors to planes and military helicopters. And that's just what I saw in the beta. Presumably there will be jets and tanks in the full release as well. I was already able to get my hands on an armored transport vehicle, and it was amazing. Getting into the beta actually came as a total surprise. I don't remember entering a contest or a draw or anything for a code, and to be honest, I wasn't really all that interested in the game to begin with. But seeing as I did get the code, I figured I might as well see what it was like. I figured at the very worst, it could be like going to a Josh Groban concert. You know, I'm not a fan, but it'd be cool to say I saw him live. Anyway, I'm gonna break down my experience for you all of those who didn't get to play it, and seriously, I'm not a Josh Groban fan, I swear. Picture Ghost Recon having a love child with GTA, then mix it with a bit of The Division and the storyline of Just Cause, and you've basically got Wildlands. Most importantly, Ubisoft has taken the tactical co-op experience that fans of the series know and love and put it into an open world GTA type setting. The game will have you exploring 21 different provinces of Bolivia where a shady drug cartel has control and influence. You and your squad are sent in to systematically take down their operation and restore control of the lands to a group of rebels that are fighting back. In each of the 21 provinces, there is a cartel underboss that you will have to take out until you eventually get to the big boss, whose name is El Sueño. Each underboss requires that you complete a number of missions leading up to him or her or them, and all the while there are tons of side missions to do, intel to gather, and weapons to find. Completing said side missions will get you resources and skill points that you can use to upgrade weapons, unlock abilities, and gain support abilities from the rebels you are stealing all these supplies for. So nice of them to give back, right? As for the gameplay itself, like I mentioned before, it is pretty heavily based around you and your squad being tactical and coordinating stealthy attacks. The game is played in third person for the most part, but by default, when you aim down your sights, it switches to first person view. You can change that and just keep it in third person the whole time, but I really liked the fact that when you aim down your sights, it switched to first person view. The third person view is very handy for observing enemies from behind cover, however, so it does make sense that that would be the default view. Each time you encounter a group of enemies, it's going to be up to you and your team how you carry out the attack. You could mark multiple enemies with numbers and call out to your friends which guy you'll be taking out, and you can perform like a multiple hostile takedown, or you could maybe just send one guy in to take out the first few guards, and then all go in guns blazing on the main group. The gunplay is actually really good, and the game does a good job of giving you options as to how you want to tackle a certain situation or mission. Your loadout allows you to carry a primary and secondary weapon, a sidearm, and a crap ton of different grenades, explosives, and tactical equipment, including, yes, the Casey Neistat drone, which I'm happy to report is available by default. As you level up and gain skill points, you can use those to unlock other grenades and equipment like the mines, C4, and diversion grenades, which don't really seem to work that well. In order to get access to new weapons, you've got to go find them in weapon cases scattered around the map. They're usually pretty heavily guarded, so finding new weapons is almost like a side mission in itself, and I really like how that works, Ubisoft. Good job, guys. But from what I gathered from the beta, you can also get sort of special or unique weapons from the underbosses you'll be murdering as well. For example, the beta ended with you taking out the first pair of bad hombres, La Yuri and El Polito, but after you took them out, you got to keep their personalized AK-47s, each with a unique set of attachments. La Yuri's has a pink camo as well, and a drum mag. I mean, come on, who doesn't like pink camo? The beta featured a lot of different vehicles to zip around in. A few of my personal favorites were the military helicopter, obviously, with the big guns that were almost impossible to aim, but when you landed it, oh boy.
With less cartel stations on the air, the rebels will be able to move into the area.
The dirt bike was awesome as well because you literally just had to line up your direction with the objective marker and just go. This thing would travel over / through anything, I swear, and as long as you kept it out of the water and didn't drive off any super high cliffs, you'd just ride over everything. For real though, there were a lot of cool vehicles you could use, like Humvees with mounted machine guns, helicopters with machine guns, boats with machine guns, basically almost anything with machine guns, and yes, even a tractor. I did not see a tractor with a machine gun, though. That would be something special. But I fully expect there to be more vehicles in the full release as well. Hopefully some jets and tanks will be added. I'm assuming they will too, because like I said, I already found an armored transport. The missions are actually pretty fun to do, especially with a full group of actual humans. They require a decent amount of planning and coordination, and from what I've seen so far, are nicely intertwined with the narrative of the game. Each mission you complete gets you a step closer to finding your target or targets, the cartel underbosses, and they require you to do a lot of different things like gather intel or maybe interrogate a VIP. Some of these missions require stealth and others you can just go in guns blazing if you want, so they also give you and your friends the choice in how you want to approach a certain mission. With games like these, there's always the possibility that these missions will get repetitive, but from what I saw in the beta, there was a good variety of objectives and multiple ways that you could accomplish them, so the game is looking okay in that respect. The beta featured one of 21 different provinces, and all in all, it took me probably a good 6 to 8 hours to clean out all the story and side missions that were available, so that's pretty good. And with 21 provinces in the initial release, that sounds like a very good amount of gameplay time, not including any additional places they may release as DLC. Wildlands has the potential to be an excellent game if you ask me. If you're a fan of open world games like GTA and Just Cause, this game has something for you. If you're a fan of tactical gameplay, this game has something for you. If you're a fan of a long story-driven campaign, this game has something for you. Finally, if you like all of that and also like playing with your friends, this game has something for you as well. But one thing I kept thinking to myself throughout the beta was, man, I wish this game had a competitive multiplayer PvP element to it. If it did, I am sold. And all it took to confirm whether or not it would was a quick Google search. It has been confirmed by multiple sources that Ubisoft has said there will be a PvP element to Wildlands, but they haven't really said or released any details as to what it's gonna look like yet. If they take a page from GTA's book and made some really engaging PvP minigames, like maybe squad deathmatch, free-for-all, King of the Hill, maybe a sabotage or search and destroy type bomb planting mode, that would be awesome. I don't see how they would pull off having just a bunch of different squads roaming around the open world though. I think that would just be a little too chaotic and not fun. But if they had specific game modes that took place in small sections of the maps, I think that could work really well and definitely give this game a replayability factor that it's probably gonna need. Because one major concern I have with Wildlands is that I think it will get really boring after you've beaten the game's story mode once. After that, I feel like it's just gonna turn into The Division, one where you're just doing the same side missions over and over and over with no real reward other than leveling up more. At least in The Division, you could get loot drops by repeating missions, but it doesn't work that way in Wildlands. You can't become a bigger bullet sponge or make your weapon more powerful by leveling up, so repeating the same mundane missions over and over again will really not have any merit at all in this type of game. But there you have it. That is my opinion on the Wildlands beta. I think there's a strong possibility I will be getting this game when it releases, and with the announcement of the PvP multiplayer, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Wildlands could have a chance at being one of the best games released in 2017. Let me know what you guys think of the game so far down in the comments below, and if this is the first time you've heard my lovely voice, then I invite you to check out my channel for more of my content. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the near future.